Broken heart baby. Can I ask you something dangerous? Baby, can I ask you something dangerous? Not dangerous because it could hurt me, not dangerous because it could start another argument, dangerous because if you answer honestly, neither of us will ever be able to pretend again. Can I ask you if you still think about me when the world gets quiet? Do you still remember the little things, the way I laughed at my own jokes? The way I pretended to be strong even when I was falling apart inside, the way I stayed awake waiting for your message, acting like it didn't matter, while secretly checking my phone every few minutes. Do you ever replay our conversations in your mind? Do you ever wonder what would have happened if we had been more patient, more understanding, more willing to fight for each other instead of fighting against each other? Because I do, more often than I admit. Sometimes I catch myself smiling at a memory I thought I had forgotten. Sometimes a song plays unexpectedly, and suddenly I am transported back to moments that felt ordinary back then but now seem priceless. I remember the excitement of getting a notification from you. I remember reading your messages twice, sometimes 3 times, just because they made me feel special. I remember how safe it felt to share dreams with you, dreams about places we wanted to visit, dreams about the kind of people we hoped to become. Dreams about a future that seemed close enough to touch. And then life happened. Misunderstandings appeared, expectations became heavier, silence started replacing conversations, words we never intended to hurt each other with somehow left scars, and eventually, we became strangers carrying memories only we understood. But here's the dangerous question. Were we really wrong for each other? Or were we simply two imperfect people trying to love while carrying wounds we never healed? I don't know. Maybe love isn't always about finding someone perfect. Maybe love is discovering someone whose flaws you learn to hold gently, someone whose fears you don't judge, someone whose mistakes don't immediately erase all the beautiful moments that came before. Maybe that's what I wanted, not perfection, just honesty, just effort, just someone willing to stay when staying became difficult. I used to think people leave because they stop loving. Now I think many people leave because they become afraid, afraid of disappointment, afraid of vulnerability, afraid that giving someone another chance means risking another heartbreak, and heartbreak changes people. It teaches them to hide emotions. It teaches them to say, "I'm okay," when they aren't. It teaches them to build walls so high that even kindness struggles to climb over them. Maybe you've built walls too. Maybe you've convinced yourself that moving on completely is easier. Maybe you've told yourself that what we had wasn't as meaningful as it felt. But deep down, do you truly believe that? Because some connections refuse to disappear, not because they are destined, not because they are magical, but because they mattered. People don't spend months or years sharing thoughts, fears, secrets, and dreams without leaving pieces of themselves behind. A part of me still carries lessons you taught me. You taught me patience. You taught me that love can feel exciting and terrifying at the same time. You taught me that even beautiful stories can have painful chapters. And perhaps I taught you something too. Maybe I taught you that someone can genuinely care. Maybe I taught you that being understood is one of life's greatest gifts, or maybe I simply became a memory, a chapter you occasionally revisit before turning the page again. If that's true, I understand. Not every story is meant to last forever. Some stories arrive to change us. Some people enter our lives to remind us that our hearts are capable of feeling deeply. Some people become mirrors showing us parts of ourselves we never noticed before. Still, I wonder, if we met today, as complete strangers, would we fall for each other again? Would we laugh at the same things? Would our conversations continue late into the night? Would we feel that familiar spark? Or would we walk past each other, unaware that two versions of ourselves once shared something extraordinary? It's strange how time works. At first, it feels impossible to survive without someone. Then days pass, weeks pass, months pass, life continues. People smile again, people heal. But healing doesn't always mean forgetting. Sometimes healing simply means remembering without breaking apart, and I think I'm learning that now. I'm learning that missing someone doesn't mean you should chase them endlessly. It doesn't mean sacrificing your peace. It doesn't mean begging for love. It simply means acknowledging that someone once occupied a meaningful place in your heart, and that place deserves respect. So here's my dangerous question again. If fear disappeared, if pride disappeared, if past mistakes disappeared, what would your heart say? Would it whisper my name? Would it ask for another conversation? Would it ask for closure? Would it ask for forgiveness? Or would it gently thank me for the memories before letting me go completely? Whatever the answer is, I hope you choose honesty. Not for me, for yourself. Because pretending not to care is exhausting. Pretending not to miss someone becomes heavy after a while. Pretending indifference rarely brings peace. Honesty does, even painful honesty. If you no longer feel anything, that's okay. If you found happiness elsewhere, that's okay. If your heart belongs to another chapter now, that's okay too. I genuinely hope your days are brighter. I hope your worries become smaller. I hope people treat you with kindness. I hope you laugh often. I hope you achieve everything you once talked about. And I hope someone reminds you every day that you are worthy of love. As for me, I will continue moving forward. I will continue becoming a better version of myself. I will continue appreciating what was beautiful, without allowing sadness to define me, because love should teach growth, not destruction. Love should inspire courage, not endless suffering, and perhaps that's the biggest lesson of all. Sometimes the most dangerous questions aren't the ones we ask others, they're the ones we ask ourselves. Did I love sincerely? Did I try enough? Did I communicate honestly? Did I learn from my mistakes? Am I ready to open my heart again someday? Those questions require bravery. Those questions reveal truth, and truth, even when uncomfortable, is far more valuable than comforting illusions. So, baby, can I ask you something dangerous? Not because I expect a specific answer, not because I'm waiting for promises, but because life is too short for masks, too short for assumptions, too short for unspoken feelings. What does your heart truly want? Take your time, listen carefully. And when you finally hear the answer, don't run from it, even if it scares you, especially if it scares you, because sometimes the scariest truths are the ones that finally set us free.